It's the Mega Man, and nah, that doesn't stand for hate. We're just saying it's time for education to be great.
Hello everyone, this is Make Education Great Again. I'm your host Chris Morris. Let's get right into it today. So today's topic, Biden's border crisis. We have live video of smugglers invading our southern Texas border, and I'm going to show it to you guys right now. So this is a video that was from, I think, yesterday morning. If you're watching this on Friday afternoon, yesterday morning, and this is just somebody with a camera just watching it happen. They're getting on a boat. You're going to watch them cross. I think it's the Rio Grande, and they're coming over and it's happening. And you know what? When you have policies that are so not America first, that are so America last, then if you're in one of these southern countries, these Mexican countries, you're a dummy. You're a dummy not to just come. If you're going to come here, get free health care, get a check, get a job, you know, be completely sheltered, not really have to worry about paying taxes, because basically the administration loves any other country's citizens more than their own citizens. That's what we're living with here. So I want y'all to go ahead and check this out. Like I said, this was, I believe, yesterday morning, either Thursday morning, it might have been Wednesday morning. So this is a smuggler on a boat. There's lines of people. You can see them on the other side. I believe this is the Rio Grande. This is the southeast section of Texas. But they're just paddling them across. Here he comes. You know, it's a free-for-all, right?
Hola, hola.
Nobody respects our borders.
Buenos tardes, buenos tardes.
Law and order. Just coming on in. Get set up, probably have a job, cash, health care. And who's paying for all this? Me and you, American citizens. He's kind of masked over there.
Do you ever hook those guys up? Yeah.
And this is what y'all voted for, people. Not y'all watching this video. Of course.
Hola, hola, ¿cómo estás?
Too many people in our country.
With the family and said,
Come on.
You're just going to be in a tug of war with me, and I'm going to wait.
Right.
So he knows.
Right.
Honestly, like.
Hola, buenos días. Buenos tardes, ¿cómo andas? Pásale por ahí. Caminones de ahí. Cuídate.
So it's happening right now, y'all. The lines over there, they're going back and forth. The hole, the gap, the wall, it's a problem. You know, you got Texas trying to just ignore some of the directive executive orders from the Biden administration, but you know, there's mixed success there. And there it is. This is happening right now. I just wanted to give you guys a nice live feed in case it didn't feel real to you guys. Sometimes seeing the video footage just makes it more real. And like we said, you know, it just comes down to people. I mean, the way I look at it, it's those who love themselves versus those who don't. You know, the left wants you to be so guilted. They want you to hate your masculinity. They want you to hate your femininity. You know, that's why you can't have girl sports anymore. They want you to hate your sex. That means you need to, you know, apparently get some sort of surgery and cross over. They want you to hate your skin. They want you to hate your heritage, your history. Inevitably, they just want you to hate your own country, which is what's happening here. If we can't love our own first, and it's not that we're, you know, an unempathetic nation, but you've got to love your own citizens first. Like as a dad, I got to take care of my own kids. They come first. All right. And then obviously you keep an eye out and you look out for the needs of others, but you don't get it out of balance so much where you're only, you know, your kids are starving at home and you're always constantly wearing yourself out trying to help everybody else outside the home. That's out of balance. And so we have to have some sort of law and order that's legal. Maybe it needs to be a little easier than it currently has been. I'm not going to buck that, so to speak, but we can't just have, oh, come on in, and then all of our hard work as citizens, they're taxing us and they get it free. They don't have to pay taxes and we do. How is that fair? How is that moral? I I don't know. I just can't. So anyway, I want to go ahead and show you guys a few articles in case you're wondering as far as the policies and what's going on. So Joe Biden has taken a lot of flack from not just the right, but also the left lately, because he's not necessarily, this is what's crazy and hypocritical, he's not necessarily doing anything different than what Trump did as far as holding kids in cages like the narrative was when Trump was in there in office for 4 years. Never mind the fact that Obama had set up these cages and kids were being held there during the Obama administration, of which Biden was the vice president. So these are really, if you want to get at it, Biden's policies, because he was second in command with Obama, but nobody cared about it till Trump was in office, and then the media programs the whole world that bad orange man is responsible for separating kids at the border from their families. Well, that's been going on for decades, people. And I have news for you just in general. I'm not saying it's a great thing, but I'm just saying, look, anybody who breaks the law, if they have to go to jail for breaking the law, guess what always happens? Yep. The parent gets separated from their kids. If I tomorrow went out and shot somebody and I got arrested and I went to jail, my kids would be separated from their parents. That's what happens when you break the law. So we have immigration laws that we don't enforce as a country, but at best it's mixed success. And guess what? People get separated when you break the law, and it's so politicized. But anyway, let's get into this for a minute. I want to share just a few articles to kind of brush you up to speed if you're not already there on what's interesting, because, poor AOC. You got, Cortez, you got MR, the most liberal left crazy kooks that we have in Congress on the Democratic side. They're actually blasting Biden, which is actually pretty funny. So it says here, progressive Dems condemn Biden for reopening migrant children facility. This will never be okay. I think that's AOC's remarks. Yep. Alexandra Ocasio-Cortez and Representative Ilhan Omar, I can never get her first name, but I just call her Omar, condemned President Joe Biden on Tuesday over the administration's reopening a temporary detention facility for migrant children. Oh, look, Biden does the same thing that Trump did, because that's the policy that's in place, and people are breaking the law, and you got to do something. You can't just let people come loose into the country. I guess you can. AOC took to Twitter to insist that using the facility was not okay, regardless of the political party controlling the government. The Biden administration has defended the move as a temporary measure needed to comply with protocols in place due to the COVID-19 pandemic. So that's what Biden's using. He's using COVID-19 as an excuse to do the exact same thing that Trump's doing. I just got to come on screen for a second because I just want y'all to understand this. You see how they use COVID-19 as a perfect excuse to do all the corruption, to do everything that never would be allowed in normal conditions? You know what I mean? I mean, they use COVID-19 during the election cycle. We use COVID-19 for every excuse that we have. And so now Biden, it's so slick of him to just use, why not? Just like you can use the race card to get out of jail, he's using COVID-19 to get out of jail. It's like the new race card. COVID-19 is the new race card, because he's like, okay, I'm going to do the exact same thing for right now that Trump has done. And I know we blasted him for it. We've villainized him for it. It was just horrible, right? I'll use COVID-19 as a reason to do the same thing, and that way the media will leave me alone, and they're on my side anyway. You see what they're doing? You see what they're doing? Y'all are smart, so y'all don't fall for this stuff. But anyway, go ahead, Chris. I want to get back to it. So here we go. We have, she just tweeted out because, all she knows how to do is complain and somehow trick people and letting her sit in office. Our immigration system is built on, it's a big fancy word, Carcegal framework? I don't even know what that word is. It's no accident that challenging how we approach both these issues are considered controversial stances. They require reimagining our relationship to each other and challenging common assumptions we take for granted. So AOC went on to say that Biden has been in power for a short time and that the unjust immigration system will not transform in that time. Yeah, so she's kind of getting him out of jail with that little comment there. But anyway, here's some of her tweets. Who cares what she has to say? But that's what it is if you care about AOC. Also, let's see, Omar, where's she at? Omar, who I don't believe should even be allowed to be in office because her background. But anyway, she posts on Twitter, multiple administrations have made the callous choice to lock up thousands of children seeking refuge in the United States of America. As long as we, the people, seek a better life as aliens instead of fellow human beings, our immigration system will continue to fail us. Okay, well, if you want a one-world government, then you look at this as the immigration policies failing us. But if you look at it like national sovereignty and our citizens, then you're not going to see it as failing us. It actually fails us when we don't have borders, and you basically don't even need a Trojan horse because we're just like, come on, people, come on, enemy, invade our shores. It doesn't matter. Here's another article in Newsweek. Emerging U.S. border crisis may end Joe Biden's approval rating honeymoon. I mean, people are already starting to see. You don't do press conferences. You have your handlers taking over everything. You don't know how to stand up in front. You're not getting saluted by troops. You know, you're doing the same thing you accuse Trump of doing. You're the bottomless hypocrite that you are. President Joe Biden's approval rating faced test surge. I'll leave a link to this in the comments. I don't really want to get into this article so much now. But right over here, just another one. It's a New York Times. So in case you needed a little bit more information about his basically anti-America first immigration agenda, here's a great article on the New York Times. I'll leave a link to it in the description, where they basically talk about everything he's doing that undoes the progress that we made with the Trump era. And what's crazy about all this is that he still basically has them in you know, what do you want to call them? Camps. You know, has the children locked in cages. I mean, there's all kinds. I was trying to find. So, I mean, he still has them in these detention centers. They just look a little different. It's the same exact thing in the bottomless hypocrisy. So anyway, you guys saw the video for yourself. What do you guys think about the border crisis? You see it with your own eyes. You see the smuggler just paddling them across the river. They're in a line. There's no consequences. I don't blame the people who are trying to flee to this country, because at least it was the greatest country known on the face of the planet, and I'd like to keep it that way. But if we continue to just let anybody come in, there's no rules, there's no law and order, and the whole world it will never, ever retain its stance as a leader, as a beacon of hope for generations to come. It's just not going to happen. You have to have law and order. You have to have rules that people play by, that are fair, that treat our citizens fairly, and cause people to want to work towards, you know, basically protecting that beacon of freedom and to having liberty. That's just what it is. So anyway, that's really all I got to say for this video. Leave your thoughts, as always, in the comments. I appreciate it so much. Remember to smash that like button. Please smash that like button, and go back and check. If you are a subscriber to this channel, go to the notification bell, and please make sure you're clicking all videos. There's an option once you click the notification bell to get all videos notified to you. See, we are getting suppressed. Ever since I came back from my strike, I've noticed my view count has gone down, like, I mean, who knows, probably like 60% easily. You know, we're fighting up against it, y'all. It's like David against Goliath, and everything you guys can do to share, to like, to basically beat these algorithms is going to go a long, long way towards what we want to accomplish here, which is free thought, freedom, and getting you guys the news, and really just a fight for liberty. So anyway, that's all I got to say for this video. Like, subscribe, share, click the notification bell, and make sure you click all video notification, and I'll see you guys next time. Peace.
It's the Mega Man, and nah, that doesn't stand for hate. We're just saying it's time for education to be great. And if we keep on doing everything that we've been doing, it will no longer be our freedom that we're pursuing. It's now time to teach our students how to think and reason. If we don't, we'll keep on electing those guilty of treason. So listen up, as Mega Man is about to spit the truth.